Hi and welcome to today's thrilling property show, Laikipia County Edition. In this county, we'll discover amazing investment opportunities from holiday resorts, residences to plots. The accessory spot highlights soft furnishes available in this county. Sit tight, listen and learn as we bring you up close to some of Laikipia's hottest real estate. This conversation is ongoing on our social media platforms. Remember to like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter as well as Instagram. As always, there is something for everyone. We kick off with a resort and holiday destination, one of the flagship projects with Swiss International, simply out of this world. The resort is a perfect home away from home destination with a backdrop of Mount Kenya and its wildlife. Let's have a look.
Swiss International Resort Mount Kenya. Laikipia County has emerged as an attractive real estate investment destination with major projects at various stages of development. The project is undertaken through a unique build and transform model to lock out speculators while guaranteeing investors maximum return, growing from joint property development, economies of scale, in addition to rental income.
This is the lounge. As you can see, it's quite spacious and you can put your furniture in whatever configuration you want. We have several points for TVs and such so that you can orient yourselves however you want in this space. And if you've not yet noticed, we've got gigantic windows that are letting in a lot of light and a lot of views into the space. Here in Nanyuki, it gets a bit cold. And we've got a fantastic fireplace to help with those chilly moments. Days. Exactly. And we've clad it with mazeres as well as brick and a bit of hardwood, just that extra detail that brings in the nature into your house. Here we have our breakfast counter that leads to the kitchen. So somebody could be cooking in there, you know, you could be having your kids on this other side, give them some breakfast through the breakfast counter.
Or just talk to the guests.
Yeah, I think it works out better for families, you know, people who just want to be together in the same space. That works for us.
Good, let's see the kitchen.
All right. This is the guest bedroom. As you can see, very spacious, lots of room and lots of light. And as you can see, we have full height windows that slide open. So you can step out onto your terrace and you're already outside enjoying. Wow. Yeah. The best quality of switches as well. Hardwood floor, again, throughout the house, throughout the rooms. Everything is just local and natural. can see, this is our master bedroom, the heart of this house. Spacious, enough to put whatever you would like, a desk, a big king-size bed if you wish, because it's bigger lengthwise, widthwise, and heightwise. The master bedroom also has a balcony for itself, and it's quite large, quite spacious. You can fit in a table, 2 chairs, have a nice quiet evening.
It's lovely.
With the stars.
It's lovely.
Swiss International Resort Mount Kenya is a golf resort that is currently being developed on the slopes of Mount Kenya. We are going to build 110 villas and maybe some townhouses. We already have a 9-hole golf resort that has been built to international standards. By international standards, I mean we've used the highest quality turf grass, which is bent grass from the US for the greens. We will also have a 180 rooms hotel near the forest. We will have a safari museum, we'll have forest restaurants, and we'll have a conference facility that can host up to 600 people. We'll also have a golf clubhouse, which will have various facilities for the golfers. And we'll also be selling the villas to individual homeowners, and some of the villas that you see belong to individual homeowners. We started doing this development 4.5 years ago, and last year we were fortunate to sign a management agreement with Swiss International Hotels and Resorts. What the deal entails is that they are going to be the managers of the property, and that's why we rebranded from the name Mount Kenya Holiday Homes to Swiss International Resort Mount Kenya. And we are going to be their flagship resort in sub-Saharan Africa. The site is great. You've got awesome views of both the Aberdares and Mount Kenya. And we are also fortunate to be on the birds migration corridor of birds coming from Aberdares to Mount Kenya and vice versa. We are also on the migration corridor for birds coming from Europe to Africa. So a very rich abundance of birds. And we have a forest conservancy that has got zebras, Thompson's gazelles, impalas, dik-diks, ostrich, and a few other friendly animals. And these are going to be roaming freely within the site. The whole site is secured with a solar-powered perimeter fence to keep the animals in. The other beauty of this resort is that from here you can climb Mount Kenya, you can visit Mount Kenya National Park, the Aberdares, Meru National Park, Samburu, Serena Sweetwater Tented Camp, Serena Mountain Lodge, and all this you can do and come back the same day. So you can actually use this as a base for touring the neighborhood. The Mount Kenya Laikipia tourism circuit is very rich and very diverse, possibly undiscovered, and we believe that we are going to be part of the team that will make that product be more accessible by putting up a resort of international standard, so that when guests come they can have a place to stay. The homes, as I said, are on offer for sale, and the people who bought here so far, this is the face of Kenya. Very diverse ownership, Kenyans from all walks of life, both in the country and outside the country. And the time to buy is now, before the facilities that we've talked about all come up, so that you can enjoy the early buyer's discount. It's a very viable investment because for homeowners who will opt to put their homes on the rental pool, the homes will be managed by Swiss International. So you can imagine your house being exposed to their clientele from all over the world, people who want to book to come to Kenya. Talking to KWS, they say that the number of people climbing Mount Kenya every year is significantly limited by lack of quality bed capacity in the surrounding areas. And every time there's an event in Nanyuki, accommodation runs out of place. If there's a golf tournament, there'll be nowhere to sleep in Nanyuki. So we feel by adding the number of beds we are going to add, we are contributing significantly to enriching the tourism product. And there's still room for more people to invest in this whole area, and we believe that is a great thing to do, to invest in a tourism product in the Mount Kenya Laikipia tourism circuit. The county governments are also incentivizing developers. So does the national government also incentivize developers. And one thing that is not talked about much, if you invest outside Nairobi, the investment deduction is 150%. What does that mean? It means that for every shilling that we invest here, until we have recovered 1.5 times, we will not pay any corporate tax to the government. So that's the government's way of encouraging foreign direct investment. If you do it in Nairobi, you get 100%. So here we get 1.5 times more. So you can imagine what kind of an incentive that is by the government for people to invest in their own country. The other thing is that because we are going to build a hotel, whatever we import specifically for the hotel, there's also the opportunity to get VAT exemption. So we need to take advantage of these tax incentives by the government and invest for the future. We have 3 types of houses. Type 1 is Batian. We're in a Batian 4-bedroom mall and suite. As you can see, our timber, we use mahogany and no burglar proofing, no fences around houses, so that you can maximize the views. And every bedroom is en suite, so that everybody is in their own space, targeting families to come and live here in future. And we've also used a lot of natural materials like the external cladding that you see, the mazeras on the verandas. And here animals and trees have a right of way. So even when we build this house, the disturbance area is as small as can be, so that we leave the forest as natural as can be, and also to enable the gazelles to come to your lawn, and you enjoy the views in the morning when they come now sucking the early morning dew. The other type we have is the Nelion, is also a 4-bedroom mall and suite, significantly different in design from this one. Got a double volume in the sitting room. And the third one is Lenana, which is a 3-bedroom house. And the key feature of Lenana is that it has a fireplace not only in the sitting room, but also in the master bedroom. Our final thought is that the product we're offering is more than just the house we are taking this interview in. You not only get this house, a 4-bedroom mall and suite, you also get to enjoy very scenic views. It comes with a half-acre plot, family membership in the golf course, in the conservancy, and a whole host of other benefits, including platinum status for the home buyer in the Royal Swiss Select Royalty Program, meaning whichever facility of theirs you visit anywhere in the world, you enjoy platinum status. Of course, if you choose to put your home on the rental pool, it's going to be managed by a person of international repute, so you can expect high traffic and also very high standard.
Swiss International Resort Mount Kenya is a landmark development located in Nanumoro near Nanyuki town. The property takes a 3-hour drive from Nairobi's Central Business District and is also accessible by air, as the Nanyuki airstrip is 15 minutes away from the property and 20 minutes flight from Nairobi's Wilson Airport. The schools within the area are Braben Nanyuki and Brickwood School. The banks within the area include KCB, CBA, Equity, Standard Chartered, Barclays, and GT Bank. Some of the shopping centers within the area are Cedar Mall, Nakumatt Nanyuki Mall Supermarket, and others in Nanyuki and Nanumoro town. The hospital close by is Nanyuki Cottage Hospital. For your relaxation, you'll find Mount Kenya National Park and Aberdare National Park, as well as other facilities. Accommodation includes sizable lounge with dining area, cozy indoor home log fires, fitted and functional bespoke kitchen designed for a family that loves to cook and entertain together, with utility area overlooking Aberdare Hills. High ceiling and large windows, all bedrooms are en suite, spacious inbuilt wardrobes, sliding doors on each bedroom, 2 balconies, rustic country-style finishes, bathroom fitted with water shower and different wash basins, and parquet flooring makes the space feel warm and welcome. Common amenities include the resort will have the following facilities: villas and townhouses on offer for sale to private homeowners, 9-hole golf course with sprinkler irrigation system complete, resort hotel with 180 rooms and suites, restaurant facilities, bar and lounge and event suites. Additional restaurants spread out in the resort, golf clubhouse, health club with gym, steam and sauna, and swimming pools. Event center, conferences, weddings, team building, private functions, shows. Welcome center near the main entrance, a mini-sized supermarket, mini pharmacy and doctor service, baby care and kids club, children playground, laundry and dry cleaning, horse riding, nature trail, walkways, cycle tracks and jogging trails, lawn tennis and paddle tennis courts. The entire property is already secured with a solar-powered perimeter electric fence. There is a forest conservancy with zebras, gazelles, dik-diks, ostriches, tortoises, etc.
Next, at the Nanyuki Expo, we caught up with Haven International. Let's see what they had to offer.
Currently in Nanyuki, we have a project that we're running in an area called Karionga. And over the years, we've been able to acquire about 35 acres of land. We've already sold 12 acres of land in Karionga, yes, over the last 1.5 years. What we're planning to do is, actually the real estate industry in Nanyuki is actually just about to blow up. So what we're doing is we just don't want to sell land as virgin land, we want to do more, we want to encourage community living. So for the 35 acres of land, it's in a block of 23 acres and 12 acres, and we want to do more of community living. So what we're doing is we're going to fence the area. Electricity is provided for, courtesy of the golf estate that is coming up. I have to say, it's a world championship, 18-hole, in Laikipia, that I believe is going to open up the face of Nanyuki, and not just Nanyuki, but also Laikipia as a county. So on the 23 acres, we're selling half-acre minimum sizes, because we thought anything less than that may not really be viable to it. We're going to put a borehole. The beauty about it is being in Nanyuki, the water table is not too far, being having Mount Kenya and everything around it. And we'll be selling half an acre for only 980,000 Kenya shillings, and giving a very, very flexible plan of up to 6 months payment plan. So the ideal target market, anybody and everybody who's interested in developing in Nanyuki. One, we being young people, the idea of real estate, there is this notion that it's only for a few people. But I honestly believe that each and every person has the right and has the ability to actually pay or rather own property. So that is why us coming to Nanyuki, we are targeting any person actually. If you're in Nairobi, if you're in the diaspora, wherever you are, Nanyuki is an ideal place, because the good thing about it, one, it's a multicultural town. You actually get to be here. And I'd like to encourage all young people to actually just come, because I think real estate industry is an amazing vehicle of investment if you're looking at it. Why we chose to come at the Expo, one, we wanted to be part of the big thing that is happening in Nanyuki, because I believe, one, being at the Expo, this is just opening up and showing the whole country, the whole county, that, you know what, this is what Nanyuki has to offer. Because not many people really know what Nanyuki is, or rather have a different view of what Nanyuki is. But being in the Expo just show, you know what, there's a lot to do actually, and a lot that this county actually has to offer, and especially in real estate, and a lot that we can develop in. I'm from Nairobi actually, yes. and what actually brought me to Nanyuki is, before I had a very small mind about Nanyuki because I'd never been here before. But when I was introduced to Nanyuki, I was blown up by the potential of it. One, as you're just driving into the town, you'll actually realize each and every bank is trying to get whatever space for them to be here. What does that mean? That for me was, you know what, there's actually economic growth in it. Tourism, we have the Olpa Jetta. This is one of the biggest reserve that we actually have. Beautiful view of Mount Kenya. I've had a chance of actually living out of the country, and very honestly, we are highly privileged in terms of natural resources. There are some people who've never seen a mountain. You walk out of your door and you have a beautiful view of the mountains. So for me, this was encouraging to actually invest in Nanyuki and whatever is actually happening here. And also, the white settlement population is also helping. Security. The Kenyan Army Force is actually here. The British Army actually are here. So that shows a lot in terms of what is actually happening in the town of Nanyuki and Laikipia at large.
Our signature bus tour gave us a glimpse of unique investments available in this region. Let's hear more from the participants.
In Laikipia County, we have a railway that is coming around. That will be a very good point. Business will be opening. There'll be so much that will be happening in Nanyuki. And again, it's one of the best tourist attraction places. It was voted the world's best tourist destination. So with that, having a property in Nanyuki, you can never go wrong. Like 5 years ago, so much property was going for so low. As in, you could get a plot at 15,000. As of now, you cannot get such anywhere around Laikipia County. And because of that, we still have hope that we can never go wrong with real estate in Nanyuki, and bearing in mind that you will never go wrong with land. And it will always appreciate, we have a good projection, a positive projection will be very far some years to come.
The real estate in Laikipia is one that is rapidly growing, because you can see 2-3 years back, these properties like the ones we were looking at, people never thought about the idea. People were acquiring land en masse, putting ranches maybe to keep cattle, but now we can see that it's moving from animal farming and into now real estate, which is good. It looks promising, and I bet in the next 5 years the sector would be really flourishing, and this would be the place to be.
Now in Mayan, we have a tire investment project. By tire, I mean that as you drove into Mayan, you saw the branded quarter-acre plots. Now those are quarter-acre plots that are fully serviced. The quarter-acre plots have potable water and irrigation water. The plots also have a connectivity to a sewer trunk line. The plots have underground power service lines, and along the power service line we also have a fiber optic service line. When you buy that plot, it is under controlled and guided development. We have 4 different building typologies which you will develop according to our development guidelines.
For that idle land you'd like to unlock value, at First Avenue, we have the solution for you. Just call on us. We are taking a break. Coming up, a business and leisure hotel, an ideal destination next time you're in Laikipia, and much, much more. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're watching The Property Show. If you're on a business trip or looking for a holiday away from the maddening crowds in relaxing settings, consider the Sportman's Arms Hotel, a great getaway hotel.
Sportman Arms Hotel is a 3-star hotel. located in Nanyuki, about 500 meters from the main town. It has accommodation of about 182 rooms. It has 5 blocks, which are split. They are not at one place. We have conference facilities within the hotel, about 5 of them. The largest having a capacity of about 450, full setup, and about 500 with the theater style. We have a campsite that we use for camping and the team building facilities. We have the fitness center, well equipped, with the steam sauna, jacuzzi, and half-size Olympic swimming pool. We opened December an annex of the hotel called Disappear, which is serving variety of the dishes and the drinks at affordable price. The hotel has about 4 bars. These are operational throughout the week with a discotheque. Sportman Arms caters for all categories of people. Those who are coming for conferences, those who are coming for leisure, we are able to cater for them. The rooms are fully equipped. They are all executive rooms and a few of the standard rooms. And we have a spacious bathroom, well equipped. The special thing with the Sportman Arms is the space that we have and the capacity that we have. For the families and conferences, they are able to meet their needs in this hotel because you don't congest them. This Mount Kenya region, starting all the way from Thika, all the way to Meru, we are the biggest in terms of capacity. My staff are well trained. Most of them are trained from Kenya Military College, and the rest we train them internally here. I want to say Laikipia County is rich in terms of tourism facilities that people may come to see instead of going all the way to Masai Mara or Coast or Samburu. We have Openjeta, we have Onjoki just next year, we have William Holden, we have Mount Kenya here. For mountain climbing, those who want to watch the wildlife, they are within the vicinity. More to say about the Sportman Arms, our location is super because you can connect to all those areas that I've mentioned and the wide variety of the services that we give within the hotel. We are able to cater for all those clients.
Next, the accessory spot with soft furnishes available in Nanyuki.
Riches curtains. We are located here in Nanyuki. We are specialized in offering curtain to the residents of this town. This is a developing town, and we've placed ourselves here to give that warmth to our customer. We're all about quality service, quality product, and we amaze you in your own house by giving you curtains just for the walls. We got wallpapers that sort you out. That just gives the warmth, some feeling within you as you look at the walls. We're also involved in advisory. When we come into your house, we look at your house. We try and blend in the colors of your house and give something that gives a feeling within the warmth that you need within your house. Wallpaper is the area that we've loved. We got stone art, we got some beautiful flowers, we got on the walkways we can put some nice good looking flowers that after a hard day when you walk into your house you feel refreshed. It's like therapy. That's basically what you're doing within Laikipia. After the construction is done, the structure is done, yes, that time you need to come in. However, when you're doing a building, you're already conceptualizing. You can actually see it ahead of time. There's these imaginations you have. We work with you at that point. we start prepping you, just so that you're aware of what you need to prepare for. You come and check us out. You start choosing your colors. You start getting your own feelings so that you can connect with your own house. So we come in at that point after the structure is done. We start advising at that point, and we move in just to fill in the walls, just to give that ambience that you need. We're also involved in corporate functions, offices. In offices, we do vertical braids, we do roller braids. We ensure we also give that to the offices. Some of the offices also want some curtains because they feel they want that. In the offices also, we also go in and do wallpaper. Some of these offices, they just get the warmth. We need something that gives you a feeling when you walk into an office, so that you gain that feeling of confidence. At least you're happy when you walk into the office. So we're also in corporate functions. We decorate corporate function. Also churches. We want to bless the Lord. As a business, we thank God that He's taking us this far. So we celebrate by just putting the altar beautiful. I tell you, quality. We are there for our customers. We give them the right service. Our staff will come and do the measurement for you. We don't want you to go with a string. We come in and do it for you. Then after that, we come into the shop, go into the production department, just design it your way. After we design it your way, we deliver it back. We put it on your wall. We ensure it's fixed well. Then after that, if you have issues with your curtain, you're washing them, we come and also just remove them for you and return. We are there. But what we ensure is that you're amazed, you're pleased with our service, and at least you keep being happy.
Each week, the accessory spot highlights different designs for your space, as well as products offering solutions. If you have that special piece you'd like to showcase, just call on us and we'll be happy to engage. Next, the property news. This is the segment where we highlight events happening in the world of real estate. Let me start with our upcoming agribusiness bus tour, the best place to start on your first plot search adventure.
After a bit of research, we actually came to realize if you're to do greenhouse farming, mostly from an eighth, there's so much that you can produce from it. Talk of tomatoes, capsicum, cucumbers, courgettes, now you're doing herbs and all that. And we wanted to look at the money value of it. We're not just looking at, because as an investor, I want to see the money value from it, but also from the bigger perspective, from the economical perspective, we want to see, can we feed this society? Because we live in Nairobi, and as an urban population, we're used to being supplied for food from the Geshagi. So we want to change the equation. Can we feed our own urban population? And trust you me, from where we began 12 months ago and where we are currently, we have over 80 tons of yield coming out of this particular project each and every month. And we're happy to say that the investor is happy, they're making returns from the land, the plot is appreciating in value, and the plot that used to be bought off idle as it was is now much more productive than it was.
Homes Expo is here with us, delivering great deals and quick mortgage options. Don't miss out. At First Avenue, we help you navigate and make sense of the investment options available in the market and how you too can strike whilst it's hot. Just call on us and we'll be glad to take you through the processes. Next, an inspiring home experience.
I remember it was just after I finished my diploma in education. That's when I faced life, living on my own. And that period, my budget was very small because I was looking for a house of 3,000 because that's what I could afford. Then I was earning 8,000 shillings a month. So, and that was the range of the rent at the time. And the only place I would have gotten for such an amount was in a place in Komarok. That's where I began my first journey to live in a rental house. Then I moved from the single room to a 1-bedroom some years later. When I got children is when now I moved to a 2-bedroom house. But then I realized that I was never happy being in a rental house. And that's when I began my plans of buying a house. I realized that there's a lot that needs to be done, especially when you're looking for a house. I was very green, but I didn't understand mostly what it takes for one to get a good house. So until I stumbled on a friend, and along the way they introduced me to some property managers. That's when I was able to meet with Property Show. They were able to take me to places out on the outskirts of Nairobi because I really wanted to be away from the traffic, away from the so much pollution, the noise and everything. And it was very good for me in terms of, at least I was able to see the ambience, could see trees, could relate with that. I could see my children will be able to play where they want and how they want to play without being squeezed on the space area. The rooms were big enough. There was plenty of water. We had alternative waters, that is channels of how water would be there. So there was no time that we ever experienced shortage of water. The cleanliness was on point because especially, you know, when you see nature around you, it has that calming effect. So I was very happy that not only that, Property Show was able to understand my financial constraints at the time, and they were able to actually work within my budget and still give me something very close to what I really wanted. This is my dream home. Unless in future maybe I would change to something different, but I'm content here. Just the way we are all experts in our areas of profession, I think we should also embrace the fact that we need expertise around us to advise on the type of home one needs, especially if you have it. You could have the idea in your mind, but you don't know how to realize it. So I would advise them to take the initiative like I did. There are many legal. It's not just like you enter and you just buy a house. No, it takes a lot of legal process. And sometimes you may not understand what are all these legal procedures. But when you have someone, you're able to realize that even for you to be conned in the process, it will be very difficult. And also for you to get a raw deal, because sometimes you can go buy a house and you find that really, like the way we are hearing cases, houses are falling off. For me, the saving culture helped a lot, because I wouldn't say I'm a very disciplined person to go for mortgages, because again, the nature of my job. 1 minute you have work, you can go for some time without work. So I knew I would not really qualify for mortgage. So I began by saving. I set aside some money, and that's when I said, this is the budget I have. Because that's exactly the money I had at hand at the time. So when I came with that, we worked on what I had. Because sometimes what I have seen being a problem is maybe we think of a house of 15 million, and maybe that's not what you have. I believe let us start from where we are, because we can get a house of 2 to 3 million. You start from there, and then as you build up, yes.
Here at the Property Show, we have carved a niche to inspire, educate, and share the joys and challenges of finding a home. If you have an interesting story you'd like to share, call on us and we'll be at your doorstep. And that's it for today. Asanteni sana for your feedback, and keep connecting with us on our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channel. See you next Sunday as we search the horizon, discovering untapped and new investment opportunities. Thank you for watching The Property Show. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.